Welcome to our channel, you bunch of hungry devils. If you're watching this, you've got a pulse and, more importantly, a palate. Today, we're ditching the takeaway menus and boarding flights to embark on a culinary journey around the globe. Get those notepads out, because we're about to explore some of the best food destinations on the planet. If you think a microwaved pizza is the pinnacle of fine dining, then bugger off right now. This one's for the real food lovers. Chapter 1. Bangkok. Street Food. Heaven. Bangkok. It's a city that assaults your senses in the best possible way. Forget your fancy restaurants, we're talking street food, people. Imagine the scent of lemongrass and chili hitting you like a runaway tuk-tuk. First up, pad thai. Fresh, vibrant, and packed with a flavor that'll make your taste buds sing. Next, we're diving into a steaming bowl of khao soi. This creamy coconut curry noodle soup is the stuff of food fantasies. And for dessert, mango sticky rice, obviously. Sweet sticky rice, perfectly ripe mangoes, and a drizzle of coconut cream. Listen, you could spend a lifetime eating your way through Bangkok and still only scratch the surface. So what are you waiting for? Get booking that flight. Chapter 2. Tokyo. Sushi Sanctuary. Tokyo, the land of the rising sun and, arguably, the best seafood on the planet. If you're a sushi lover, you haven't lived until you've experienced the culinary symphony that is Tokyo. Forget those pre-packaged supermarket abominations. We're talking about sushi so fresh, you can practically hear the ocean. Tuna so tender it melts in your mouth. Salmon that'll make you weep tears of joy. And don't even get me started on the Tsukiji fish market. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way. The energy is electric, the fishmongers are artists, and the seafood is, well, it's bloody phenomenal. So, if you're serious about your sushi, Tokyo is calling. Get there, experience it, and thank me later. Chapter 3. Paris. Pastry Paradise. Paris. The city of love, lights, and, let's be honest, bloody good pastries. If you've got a sweet tooth, this is your mecca. Forget your diet, forget your calorie counter, this is about pure indulgence. First up, the macaron. Those delicate little meringue sandwiches with their colorful shells and creamy fillings. Then we've got the pain au chocolat. Flaky, buttery pastry wrapped around a river of chocolate. And let's not forget the king of French pastries, the croissant. Crispy on the outside, light and airy on the inside. Listen, you can't go wrong with any pastry in Paris. So stroll along the Champs-Élysées, grab a coffee and a pastry, and pretend you're Audrey Hepburn for the day. Chapter 4. Rome. Pasta perfection. Rome, the eternal city, where history, art, and food collide in a glorious celebration of life. And when it comes to food, there's one dish that reigns supreme: pasta. Forget your overcooked spaghetti and watery sauces. This is pasta like you've never experienced it before. We're talking about perfectly cooked noodles, coated in rich, flavorful sauces that'll have you licking the plate clean. First up, the classic carbonara. No cream, you hear me? Just eggs, pancetta, pecorino cheese, and a touch of black pepper. Then we've got cacio e pepe, literally just cheese and pepper. But don't let the simplicity fool you. And of course, no trip to Rome is complete without a pizza. Thin, crispy crust, topped with fresh, local ingredients. Chapter 5. Marrakesh. Spice Market Symphony. Marrakesh, a city that explodes with color, culture, and a whole lot of spice. It's a feast for the senses, and trust me, your taste buds are in for a real treat. Imagine wandering through the labyrinthine alleys of the souks, the air thick with the scent of exotic spices. First up, we're diving into a tagine. This slow-cooked stew is a Moroccan classic, with tender meat, vibrant vegetables, and a symphony of spices. Listen, Marrakesh is a sensory overload in the best possible way. So, get lost in the souks, embrace the chaos, and get ready for a culinary adventure you won't forget. Chapter 6. New York City, melting pot of flavors. New York City, the city that never sleeps. And trust me, neither do your taste buds. This concrete jungle is a melting pot of cultures, and that's reflected in its food scene. Forget about Michelin stars and fancy tablecloths. We're talking about the best damn street food you'll ever find. From towering pastrami on rye to juicy, dirty water dogs, New York City is a carnivore's paradise. First up, we're grabbing a slice of New York-style pizza. Thin, foldable crust with just the right amount of grease. Next, we're heading to a Jewish deli for a mountain of pastrami on rye. This classic sandwich is a New York institution, and for good reason. And for dessert, it's gotta be a New York cheesecake. Rich, creamy, and utterly decadent. Chapter 7. Copenhagen, Culinary Canvas. Copenhagen, the land of sleek design, happy people, and a food scene that's as innovative as a 3 Michelin-starred restaurant. We're not talking about your average fish and chips here. Copenhagen is where culinary boundaries are pushed. First up, Noma. Forget the menu, you're in for a surprise. Then, geranium. Expect dishes that are as beautiful as they are delicious. And don't forget Amas. This place is a testament to sustainable, seasonal cooking. For a culinary experience that's unforgettable, book that flight and get ready to have your mind blown. Chapter 8. Bon appetit. Well, there you have it, you hungry devils. A whirlwind tour of some of the most delicious destinations on the planet. I hope you've got your passports ready and your appetites primed, because these food adventures are